Why did you bring us out of Egypt? To kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst? And it's so funny because you got this group of people that have been slaves with whips to their backs, working to death because that was your only way out. There was no, I'm going to retire today. I've been here for 30 years, been building this temple, saw it from the bottom to the top. I'd like to go now. Nope, there's none of that. None of that. It goes, no, now we're going to build another temple. You're going to also build that one, and we're going to whip you until you're dead. Fantastic. Anybody want to join that? I'm sure there's still places available. But then they come out here, and I agree. You come out, it's kind of like giving somebody a house and then lighting it on fire in this scenario. Because you're like, all right, I got something over my head, but why is it on fire? And this is a great idea, but I don't really like the idea of it burning down with me in it, And so I can kind of get where they're coming from, but here's also people that have been miraculously let out of the captivity that they were in. But how many times is it that we go, oh man, I'm such in a hard spot. And all of a sudden, this miraculous answer comes through, it opens up, and then we're like, all right, wait a second, this sucks. Wait a second, I don't like this. I like this, but I don't like this other part of it. And we're like, well, didn't God just get you out of this? How is that? Okay, I'll bring it home. I had a $50 dilly dabby that goes on the back of your vehicle. And you can put stuff on it. I don't know what it's called. It's a trailer hitch carrier. We'll call it that. Because that just came to mind. Anyways, and it was cool. I love it. I've got for those that know, I got a little bitty car. It fits in your pocket, and when you need to go somewhere, you just pop it out, and then you can just drive wherever you need to go. That's a figure of speech for those that may not know. Anyways, and so I needed some like some more storage. You know what I mean? Like one of them carrier deals. And so, but one day I left it out for like a month, and then someone decided to back on right over top of it. And I was like, wait a second. This is not how this is supposed to work, and I was really ticked off because somebody at my house done did it. And I'm like, man, I'm going to go find whoever did this, chew them out. And then I said, wait a second, I'm not paying any rent. I haven't paid rent in like a year. I should probably not chew somebody out over this. I'm like, $50. Years worth of rent. Like, woo! I should really size this up. Which one's more? And I was like, you know what? Praise Jesus. I'm going to suffer for Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I will take my cross willingly, and I'm going to take this wherever I need to go, and you can keep whatever problem else that there is. This is fine. So that's, so it's this is where the Moses people are, or people, yes, not the Moses people, but the Jewish people in the middle of the desert. That's how it is. It's how it works. Oh, man. Voice. I don't know how long we're going to last. My voice is already getting dry. Okay. So here's what's interesting, right? So anyways, everybody's like, why'd you bring us out to the desert? What the heck? I don't want to be out here. Can we go somewhere, cooler with some water and some food? And so Moses, he was like, yo, man, Lord, check it out. Moses cried to the Lord, what should I do with these people? They're almost ready to stone me. He's like, yo, people getting pissed. I don't want to die yet. And I don't want to die by stoning. And we can't even find stone, so I'm not sure what they're going to use. Because they're in the desert, so I don't know what they're going to pick up at that point. Maybe they're stones. I'll give it to them. I'll give it to the writer. There's stones there. All right. And the Lord said to Moses, pass on before the people, taking with you some of the elders of Israel, and take in your hand the rod with which you struck the Nile, and go. Behold, I will stand before you there on the rock at Horeb. And you shall strike the rock, and water shall come out of it, that people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. And he called the name that place Messah and Meribah, because of the fault finding of the children of Israel, which is actually the arguing. Technically fault finding, arguing, but it works. And because they put the Lord to proof by saying, is the Lord among us or not? And so he goes, all right, cool. Boom. Strike a rock, water flows out. God's obviously with you, otherwise he'd let you die. That's just, that's what I'm assuming. Who knows? I'm probably got to bring him around a couple times, probably. Around the mountain, here we go. So then you go to Numbers 20, 5 through 15. And lo and behold, guess what? You're not going to believe this. You're not. It's the same people. The same people in Egypt, still in the desert. And I'm not real sure why it is that they walk away from a rock flowing with water. But, they do it. And so now they're again still walking in the desert. All of a sudden, they're like, we left that one rock, and we didn't feel like that was good enough. We just need to keep walking. Now we have no water again. And then what did? They didn't go, oh, hey, you know what? I know this God guy named Moses, and he knows a God person that got us water last time. So we're chill. No worries. Like, no, dude, don't sweat. Don't sweat. Relax. Calm down. Remember the last time? Nope, they didn't do nothing like that. They were like, and why have you made us come up out of Egypt to bring us to this evil place? It is no place for grain or figs or vines or pomegranates, and there is no water to drink again. And, I really think they should start carrying water. That would probably help if they started carrying some of the water. But nevertheless, again, they're without the water. And then Moses and Aaron went, thank God, like these guys, there was two that knew what to do. You know what I mean? Out of the thousands that were following, could you imagine no one having a clue what to do? Man, it was like, thank God, just two out of several thousand. Imagine that. There's what, how many people here? 5,000, right? Yeah. Why not? Nobody knows. But imagine like there's like 50 of us, right? That's like 0.001 of a person right here who knows what to do. Is the equivalency to 2 people out of like 2,000. So thank God God only needs the 2 people, because good Lord, if he needed more, they'd probably still be out in the desert. Then Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly to the door of the tent of meeting and fell on their faces, and the glory of the Lord appeared to them. And the Lord said to Moses, take the rod and assemble the congregation, you, Aaron, and your brother, and tell the rock before their eyes to yield its water. So you shall bring water out of the rock for them. So you shall give drink to the congregation and their cattle. And Moses took the rod from before the Lord as he commanded him. And Moses and Aaron gathered the assembly together before the rock, and he said to them, hear now, you rebels, shall we bring forth water for you out of this rock? And Moses lifted up his hand and struck the rock with his rod twice. And water came forth abundantly, and the congregation drank it and their cattle. And the Lord said to Moses, hold up, before we get to that, what happened? Not only that, so you have all the Egyptians in the desert couldn't remember the fact that God provided water last time, and to not freak out. And there they are again threatening Moses and Aaron. And Moses is getting all kinds of fed up. And he's like, dude, come on, this is ridiculous. And he was told to speak to the rock. Now, who likes to talk to rocks? Anybody? But does anybody like to do that when you have an angry mob staring at you? Going, you need to give us bread. And you're like, hold up, let me talk to the rock. Hello, rock. Hello, I've got people back here who really hate me. No, look, the rock said nobody's home, and we're not talking about Dwayne Johnson, okay? He didn't answer either. This is just a straight up rock wall. So, I could kind of see, I could see where Moses is at. He's like, you know what? This worked last time. I just hit that rock, so now I'm just going to double hit it. You know what I mean? He's like, forget it. I'm not going to deal with it this way. But how many times in our sufferings do we forget the grace that God gave us in the past? And then we go, I've been around this mountain. I'm tired of this mountain. Last time I got to God, okay, now when I walk this way, it's here again. And then I got to pick it back up and walk back over here and give it back to God. God, I'm really tired of this little walk here. This is ridiculous. Why? And why? I'm just going to and then all of a sudden it becomes a marathon. And you just start, if I do this real fast, right, maybe God will stop giving this to me. Right? We all get fed up with it. Right? Day to day, we're like, man. But you know what? God did it, and he keeps doing it just as much as you do it. Except the only difference is it's not his trash that he's dealing with. It's your trash. It's my trash. It's going, God, look at this pile of mess I made over here. Here, let me drag this over here and here, you can take it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Fantastic. Oh, you do it again? Oh, okay, hold up. I got more trash because, yesterday was a new day. A new day's got a new problem. So here you go. You can take it. Oh, man. But the thing is, it's our stuff. It's not God's stuff. He ain't got the trash to deal with, but it's us. But then we get mad because we stop forgetting that God's the one that's taking care of it the whole time. And it's like, oh, wait, well, maybe we ought to rethink some things. Maybe not. But here's what's awesome, is that in our fear, because all the reactions that we have in these situations is fear. From the very beginning in Ezekiel to even now, what are we hearing? Nothing but constant fear. Let's throw our silver and gold, the best that we could possibly do, and let's throw this in fear. And then, oh God, we're in the middle of the desert, not once, but twice, with no water, and we still can't think ahead. But we're in fear. We have forgotten the fact that God's grace is sufficient. It was sufficient yesterday. It was sufficient the day before. It was sufficient the day before. And now things are coming up tomorrow, and we're still going, oh God, I don't know what to do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Why? Because we've been there before. So if you've been there before, right? How many of you have gone somewhere 700 times? Maybe it's just your job, okay? But you've been there 700 times. Tomorrow morning, how many of you are going to go, I don't know where to go? Pastor, you might want to turn your phone off tomorrow. They may not remember where to go. How many are going to go, oh, man, I know I went to work and I know I got a paycheck, but after that weekend, where's my job at again? And if that's the case, you need to check in somewhere. All right. We're not going to go down that path. We're not going to go down. But anyways, we're going to move on. Praise Jesus. All right, so we're going to go, was that right? Oh, no, I got too many tabs. Praise Jesus. Don't worry, guys. It only gets longer from here. Not a joke. All right, so now we're going to Daniel 2, verse 27, and I'm going to read, and you're going to forget that I'm going to stop. Deal. I love this. Yes, Daniel 2:27. Oh man, this is fun. There's a great saying, and apparently there's a debate on who said it first, but I don't care because I want to say it now. But one of these great things is that I'm just so privileged to be where I am right now. Because it's just something just awesome for God to give you stuff to share with other people. And one of my favorite quotes is that what is it? God sets me on fire, and people just show up to watch me burn. And right now, that's just the way I feel. Even though this, some of this might be boring to some other people, with all the reading and everything else. But man, this is my jive. But anyways, so everybody there, Daniel 2:27. All right, amen. All right, Daniel answered to the king, "No wise men, enchanters, magicians, or astrologers can show to the king the mystery which the king has asked." By the way, the mystery the king has asked is that he wants somebody to tell him what his dream is and what it means. And to be on the same level, it would creep me out if someone walked up to me, told me what I dreamed and what it meant. I wouldn't mind knowing what it meant, but man, it creeped me out if someone just walked up and go, "Hey, you dreamt this last time." I'm like, no, I didn't. I don't know who you are. Goodbye. But he says, "No wise men, enchanters, magicians, or astrologers can show